property price growth has eased across the country, just as the Reserve Bank warned investors to be cautious about the market.
Well, debate continues around how to pull back certain elements of the residential retail market. The boss of Australia's biggest builder concedes growth in some parts of the country may have already plateaued.
The residential construction boom is good news for Australia's sixth richest man, whose fortune is tied to the property industry.
I've never been that busy, there's no question about that.
Harry Triguboff is the founder of the nation's largest apartment builder, Meriton, which has about 15,000 units in the construction pipeline. He believes supply is close to matching demand.
Because the rents are steady. Prices can be influenced by interest rates. Rents are not influenced by anyone, that's just supply and demand.
Still, loans to property investors have accelerated to a 6.5-year high. Despite the perception overseas buyers are driving prices,
I think overwhelmingly it's Australian investors who are driving up the price of established properties.
If we look at the flow of all the new loans, about 50% of those are going to investors.
It historically tracks around 20 to 30%. If that continues and property prices rise excessively, then the Reserve Bank may consider macro-prudential measures like tougher lending rules.
And they might be increasing the interest rate buffer test that a borrower has to meet.
Tomorrow, the RBA is expected to outline to a Senate committee possible new rules. Others think the government needs to boldly curtail negative gearing.
New investors would have to think twice about whether it was really sensible to borrow as much as they currently do so that they end up paying more in interest than they gain in rent.
Now, negative gearing, that's nonsense. There's negative gearing on shares, on everything else.
There are signs of cooling property growth. RP data says capital city prices rose 0.1% in September. Adelaide and Sydney saw the biggest increases. Prices in Darwin and Melbourne fell last month.
I don't think that it's overvalued. I don't think it's a bargain either, by the way.
While he sees some value in parts of Queensland.
In Sydney, it's all very good, but they started to reach that plateau.
The 81-year-old believes there are too many high-end properties and offers this advice.
There are very many places with beautiful views, and it looks as though you can't go wrong building there. But if you see few people there and little money there, then please stay away from it.
Ricardo, Goncalves, SBS World News.